Now more than usual, more people are having to make use of the things that they have to hand. Whether that have been due to lockdowns, self-isolating, which made it difficult to get to the shops, or a huge factor right now is that financially things are tougher for a lot of people and the money just isn't there to spend. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how you can make a meal out of things that you have to hand, just making use out of what you can find around the kitchen rather than going out and buying extras. This is not about showing you masterpiece recipes, beautiful food, but the point is when you're trying to eat better, not every meal needs to be to gourmet standard. In some instances it might be a slight substitution, in others it might be the case of skipping ingredients that are not necessary. Alternatively, it might be a case of just literally throwing together what you have and seeing what you can come up with. So here are some examples of occasions where I've had to make do with what I've had in the house. So for example 1, I had some sweet potato that I needed to use up. So I have sliced it and roasted it with sesame oil, garlic granules, salt and pepper. Then I had some kale again that I needed to use up. So I again roasted that and I just sprinkled some salt over the top. The chicken drumsticks I seasoned with teriyaki sauce, a bit of barbecue seasoning and garlic granules, I want to say again, and basically just roasted that. Really random, but this is me making do with what I have. So for this example of me basically just throwing things together, I'm going to make this kind of Persian style dish. I think you pronounce it Shakshif. So I'm kind of using that as a guide / inspiration, but I don't have all the ingredients. So I'm just making something that's as close to that as I can get it. So in this pan I've heated up some coconut oil. Then I've put in some courgette, some red onion and some spices. The spices I've used is paprika, cumin and sea salt and pepper. And that's going to be on a medium to low heat for about 15 minutes. Once that's done, add a tin of chopped tomatoes and cook for 15 minutes. The next step is to make little wells in the tomato sauce and crack an egg into there. And then you can put in, sometimes I put feta, mozzarella balls. This time I've only got shaved mozzarella, so I'll use that. Then that gets covered and leave to cooking until the eggs are cooked through. And there's the finished product. Doesn't look like much, but I can assure you it's amazing. I've done this a few times actually with ingredients that I've had left over. So for this really random meal, I don't even know what to call it. So first of all, I just started by frying up some onions because I had an onion to use up, a pepper, a courgette and 3 cloves of garlic. So I'll just fry that up until the onion is translucent. Once that was ready, I threw in 500 grams of mince, beef mince. My mince was already pre-cooked, so it was just a case of warming it up. I then threw in some seasoning of about a teaspoon of paprika and a teaspoon of cumin seeds. I then threw in about 500 ml of beef stock and 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. So first of all, I will cover that, bring it to the boil, and then let it simmer for about half an hour, 40 minutes. I then threw in some cooked pasta and some grated cheese and just mixed that up. Here we have the final product. It might not look like much, but it actually tastes very good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised considering I literally just threw everything together. It's kind of turned out somewhere in between a chili con carne and a bolognese, somewhere in the middle. So you can see from that footage that most of those meals just looked completely random, but the main point is that they did the trick. They were still tasty and it was still a relatively healthy option. So I really hope this video has inspired you to take a look at what you have in the kitchen already before you go out and spend any extra money. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to check out the other ones that I have on my channel and subscribe for future uploads. But until next time, I shall leave it there.